April 21st of 2012. This is Lucky Smith reporting for Starboard News Magazine. And today we are at Joe's Pizza, and I'm here with
Kurt Flores.
Hi, Mr. Flores. And I understand that the reason for his interview is that you need help to raise money for your son's program. Can you explain to us what the program is?
Okay, the program is called People to People Student Ambassadors. We're trying to raise money to get Isaiah to fund his trip to go to Australia. Every year the student ambassadors, the people to people student ambassadors select students from the LA area, actually nationwide, select students nationwide to go abroad and to learn about the different countries and how their government runs. This year Isaiah was elected to go to Australia. So we're very, very proud of him. We're very, very excited, and we want to raise the funds to help him get to Australia.
How many students from his school won the award or won the nomination?
There were about 4 students from his school that were nominated. But he's the only one that's actually going. Others declined.
Oh, because of the cost?
The cost, and they're 11 and 12 years old, so some felt like they weren't ready to travel. But they traveled with a chaperone. There's about 13 kids in his group. I feel really good about it. I feel like he'll be safe, and it'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for him.
How much would the cost? How much is the total cost of the trip?
Total cost of the trip is about $6,500.
And what does that include, and how long is the trip?
The trip is going to be 21 days, so three weeks. That's going to include room and board. That's going to include travel, cost of the chaperones, all meals. Everything will be included.
And how did your son win? Like, how was he nominated through the school? Was it an essay that he wrote? Was it?
No, he was. People can select or nominate a student that they feel exhibits, strong leadership, strong character. So he was chosen as one of those young people who would be, they think would be a good candidate to represent the United States.
And so your son is going to be represented in the United States. How many kids do you have?
2.
2. And how old is your
I have a little daughter. Her name is Isaih. She's 8 years old, and hopefully in the next year or 2 she'll be able to go as well.
Oh my goodness! So, are you a single parent? Are you guys?
No, I'm married.
You're married. So
yes.
Is you and your wife working together? And
correct.
Raising your 2 kids.
Yes.
And what is your profession as well?
I'm an educator as well.
You're a teacher.
My wife is a social worker.
So you guys give. So you guys live modest lives.
Yes,
obviously.
we do. Yes, very modest lives.
And so, why do you I understand he's going to be going to Australia. So what is it that you feel, he would benefit or he would gain from this?
I think it would just broaden his horizons to see how other people and other cultures live. I think it would be, sometimes in America we get a very narrow view of the world. And I want him to go out and see the world. And I want him to have some experiences that I haven't necessarily had a chance to see. And since he was about 2, he's been in love with the croc hunter. He used to watch the show every day. He actually still does. And one of his goals when he was 2 was to go to Australia Zoo, and to meet Steve.
So this would be his dream come true.
This is his dream come true. This is a field trip of a lifetime for him.
And what kind of skills did you demonstrate in school? I'm asking Isaiah right now.
Leadership developing skills.
Leadership development. So how does that happen? What skills are those? Was he class president?
He was not class president, but I think that comes from being a good friend. Comes from being really caring and empathetic to his classmates. He's the type of kid who, if he sees someone on the playground who doesn't have someone to play with, he'll go and ask them if they want to play with him. He's really, really just friendly and giving of himself. And I think the adults on campus recognize that, and they want to reward that.
So the teachers on campus was one who recognized.
Yes.
What school?
He goes to Washington Elementary School in Redondo Beach.
In Redondo Beach. Oh, you guys are from Redondo Beach.
Yes.
And where do you teach at?
I am actually on hiatus. I taught at Watts Learning Center. So I taught math.
So you go to Watts to teach?
Correct.
Okay, so is that where your background came from, or you guys primarily are from Redondo Beach?
I'm actually from Long Beach.
You're from Long Beach.
Yes.
So you moved your family from Long Beach to Redondo.
Right.
So the teacher, like, how many teachers recommend each student?
You know, we're not sure.
You guys aren't sure.
Not sure how many.
You guys don't even know if you guys are candidates. Like a surprise, they kind of like winning the lottery.
Yes, you get a call or a letter saying you were nominated, and you come down and they have orientation, and they have students who've gone in past years come and talk about the program, talk about how they've learned and how they've grown and developed as a result of traveling abroad.
How have they benefited the past students?
I'm sorry?
How did the past students benefit?
Oh, you know what? They talked about becoming mature. They talked about being world citizens and recognizing that, you know, how blessed they are to live in America, because not everyone has the type of lifestyle that we sometimes take for granted.
So this is an experience, a learning experience that will benefit him, and from other students, it just gives you a wider perspective of the world.
Definitely.
What type of what age ranges were the people that came and spoke with you guys?
It goes from 5th grade to high school. So the ones that came to speak were like 11 and 12, and then we have some high schoolers, 16 and 17-year-old kids spoke as well.
And how old is this program?
This program has been around for, I want to say, about 30 years.
Really?
Yes.
I never heard of it until recently, until we found out this.
Yeah.
I understand that you still need to raise, how much, out of the 6,500, how much have you raised already?
About 3,000.
And what methods, like what fundraisers or what have you done in the past?
We have a site. We had a website called Indiegogo.com.
Okay.
It's Isaih Australia, so we had people logging on, donating. We have a PayPal.
Is that still up?
That was up for about 3 weeks. It's not down. It's currently down, but we do have a blog spot.
Okay.
And you can let's see. You can borrow this for a second. Yes. It's www.isaihsaustralianadventure.blogspot.com. You can log on there, and you can donate directly, and that goes to our PayPal account.
Okay, and then also, of all the students that were nominated, how many, what's the population of the school?
Population of the school?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like ethnic population?
No, like how many people, like out of 4, is it 300 students there, 200?
At his school? Mm-hmm. There are, I'd say maybe about how much? Yeah.
In my school,
Yeah.
I want to say it's 300.
About 300 students, I think.
So out of 300 students, your son was one.
Yes.
So.
And we're really, really proud of him. It's a great, it's an honor.
And then when would you have to raise the rest of the money by? Is there a deadline or how
Deadline is May 1st, actually. So we've been at it for a while, and haven't really. We've been able to raise some money, but like I said, 3,000. But we need some help raising the rest in the next couple weeks.
God, that's not a lot of time.
Yes, we know.
How much time have you guys had to raise the money so far?
We've been at it for about maybe a month.
A month, and it's just not something you guys can just afford to send out because
Right.
You're on a teacher's income and your wife's on a social worker's income. You guys have 2 kids.
Yes.
What I was gonna say, Isaih, go ahead and talk. Tell us why you want to go to Australia. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. I just want to see what time we at. Okay, that's good. Why do you want to go to Australia?
I wanted to go to Australia because it's been my dream since I was like 2.
And what about Australia? What fascinates you about Australia?
The ocean, the seashore, just the way it looks.
Animals.
The animals.
Have you ever traveled before?
Yes, but never outside this country.
So, and if you're able to raise money, when would you be leaving?
June 29th.
And then that means he has to go get his passport and everything.
He already has his passport.
So you guys are great.
Yes. He has some videos online where you can check out he has a passport video and I talked about why a student would need a passport, the importance of it. So everything that we've done as far as in preparation for the trip, we've made a video about it and put it on YouTube.
And then you say, well, it says here on your little flyer, hi friends and neighbors. I have an opportunity to go to Australia with People Student Ambassador Program. I have always wanted to go to Australia since I was a little math club. When I get to Australia, my group and I will learn about the people, culture, and history of Australia. We'll get a chance to meet the paramount officials, meet the go snorkeling, check out the site. It's pretty awesome. So, what's let me go ahead and pause it right now, and then we're gonna go ahead start the recording so that way it doesn't get too. Today is April 21st. This is Lucky Smith reporting for Start Over News Magazine, and I'm here with Clerk, and we're continuing the second part of the interview. Clerk, so what have you gone for this year? I mean, what you were saying something about?
This has been a really rough year for us as a family. I've had to basically work two jobs. I'm going to work in a couple hours. I work overnight as a security guard in addition to being a teacher. And
where are you a security guard at?
At a place called Universal Protection Services in Playa Vista.
So, but you also go, like, what hours? I mean,
10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
And then what time do you have to go to the teaching?
9. So, you know, we do what we have to do until we can kind of...
How many jobs is your wife working right now?
1.
So why are you working 2 jobs at this point? Is anything happened?
The 2 jobs was, you know, we're trying to save, we're trying to put ourselves in a better position to, you know, purchase a house. So it's just, this is what you have to sacrifice to put yourself in the position that you want to be in. So this is our sacrifice. And
you told me something about being on disability.
Okay. I got sick a couple months ago. I had E. coli. I wasn't aware of anything that I eat, or whatever, how I got that. My doctor said that it's probably from a low immune system, but it was pretty serious.
It was on the news. I mean, how did you feel when you had it, or were you what stages were you before you were taken to the emergency room?
I was what I considered to be convulsing. My body was shaking violently, and I couldn't control it. I couldn't drive, and I was trying to drive myself home. I was sweating profusely, throwing up, so it was pretty bad. I was able to make it home eventually because I had to stop for a couple times because my body was shaking and I couldn't control the car. But when I got home, Isaiah was actually there, and he was getting ready for school. I think I probably scared him a lot to see me in that condition.
Were you scared?
Was I scared? I was totally freaked out. That the first time we went to the hospital, it just freaked me out not knowing if my dad was gonna live. My sister was crying. I felt like my heart was about to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Your heart's about to shatter into 1,000 pieces? You write poetry?
No.
You should try.
That's some long stories and essays. But that was a really strange experience. So I'm dad, and I'm always the one doing things. And when they brought me out to see my family, I was in a wheelchair. So they pushed me out in the wheelchair, and my daughter just looked at me and burst out in tears and she crawled up in my lap and just cried for the whole visit. Yeah.
So you're like the anchor of the family, kind of.
Yes.
Your dad is? Tell us about your dad, baby. For people in the world, there's people all over the world that's going to be listening to this, and they don't know anything about your dad. What would you want them to know?
He's the coolest guy ever.
Why is he the coolest guy ever?
Thank you.
You're welcome. He tells me about the things I need to know when I need to know them. if there's something wrong with him, he doesn't hide it from me. He'll tell me straight away.
Aww. And tell us about your mom.
My mom is, she's a very nice person. She works hard just like my dad. And I admire them both for that.
Close to your dad?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
very close to my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
So, I'm thinking that you're kind of, you work. So after you got out of the hospital, were you working 2 jobs before you got sick, or after?
I worked 2 jobs before.
So you were off from 2 jobs. How long have you been working 2 jobs? Is it because they cut hours at the school?
Probably since summer, so about 7, 8 months.
Is it having to do with the budget cuts? Because you are a teacher.
Yes. Budget cuts and layoffs. I was actually pin slipping and brought back. So yeah, that's the.
So that's all. I mean, how is that affecting you? I mean, you went through school, you spent all this money on your education, and then each time we go through an election.
Yes. It's something that, to be quite honest, it makes me a bit bitter. But I try to kind of roll with the punches and not let that affect how I interact with my students, not let that affect how I interact with my children, my family. And just try to, we all have, like I said, our ups and downs. That's a down for me, but I'm going to deal with it and move on and make the best of the situation.
And tell us about Isaiah.
You know what? Isaiah is the coolest kid. He is everyone's friend. He gets along so well with all his classmates. He is, I think, he's everything that I could want as a son. He's smart. He's really, really funny. He's got a witty sense of humor. He's athletic. I like to play catch with him. I call him my man cub.
Why do you call him the man cub? I noticed that on the flyer too.
Man cub is when he was little, he loved the Jungle Book, and he's in training. But he's gonna grow up, and one day we're gonna drop the cub, and he'll be a man. But I feel like this is his training time. So I'm with him. I'm gonna help him, raise him, teach him everything he needs to know to be that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, $6,500 is a lot of money. I mean, it seems like you guys are you guys in debt right now, or
Student loans, medical bills.
So you're still paying for college?
Still paying, yes. And got medical bills, so yeah, we're still in debt.
Just an idea, roughly, if you don't mind, just giving me
Student loan.
this is their debt in total as a family.
Oh man, most of it is student loans, probably pushing close to $100,000.
That's just yours, or that's yours and hers.
That's she doesn't have any. That's my student loan debt.
$100,000 in student loans. You went through, and how far do you have your bachelor's, master's?
I have a master's. I'm working on a PhD in education.
Education, and so you have over $100,000 in debt.
Right.
So your family roughly, what's the dollar amount of debt that your family has as a whole, including the student loan?
Probably about $160,000. We have about $160,000.
So you're about $160,000 in debt, and you guys are still trying to save for go to college.
Yes.
And why do like a lot of people may hear this and it's like you were telling me something about sacrificing for yourself and can you explain that to us?
As far in relation to, you mean the debt?
No, in relation to your Isaiah going to Australia. Because you're not flinching at what it costs. You're just trying.
Not flinching at all.
Because you've reached out to what, churches as well?
Yeah, churches. We've reached out to our employers. We've reached out to the community. We've walked up and down the street, talked to our neighbors. We're reaching out to everyone that we can reach out to. But in regard to the sacrifice, there's so much that I think every parent wants what's best for their children. Every parent wants to try and put their children in a position to be the most successful they can be. And there's some, I think Isaiah is just, I don't know, I think if I was 11, we'd be best friends. So there's so much that I want to do and provide for him.
It's like you're smiling every time you talk to him.
Yeah, he makes me, he makes me happy. Really, we have a really cool relationship though. But I know we do have debt, and debt's going to be there. But this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for him and for us actually. So I'm pushing. I'm going to continue working, and we're going to get ourselves on our feet. We're going to pay off our debt. But this is again is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Okay, let me go ahead and so readers, if there's anybody who would like to donate, please donate to www.isaihaustraliasadventure.blogspot.com. Also, if you're interested in pulling together a charity or any type of contact, please contact.
You can contact me, Kurt Flores. You can contact me directly at 424-646-0314. You can also get me at Flores, Kurt, FLORESKURT1 @gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let me go ahead.